Hi everyone! So today I'm going to be building a tiny home inspired by Tamlin's mansion or estate in the spring court of the ACOTAR universe. So I'm here in this tiny lot up on this beautiful hill here in Henford-on-Bagley. And when I was thinking of which world to build this in and which packs to use, Henford-on-Bagley definitely came to my mind as a very Spring Court-esque world in The Sims 4. For this build, based on the Spring Court, I'll be using base game, Tiny Living, the Romantic Garden Stuff Pack, and also the Castle Estate Kit. I am building in Henford-on-Bagley, but I don't actually want to use any cottage living items, so I'm going to have to be very careful to make sure that cottage living is filtered out. But I've disabled all the other packs, so I will just be using those 3 other packs today for the build. Okay, so let me get started. I honestly don't really know what I'm going to do right now. I should have had at least a starting idea before I start recording, but we're just going to go through this together. So I think with a castle, I want to have something kind of like symmetrical sides, maybe something like this. Okay, so now I have too many tiles, obviously, because this is a tiny home. But maybe something along the sides of this kind of shape. So I think because I'm honestly struggling already, I'm gonna go with no more than 100 tiles. I'm not gonna make this like a micro home or anything. I'm gonna make this a tiny home. Let's have this centered. Is this centered? I don't know. Maybe. 600. 600. Yep, it's centered. So maybe like this? Or did I like it when these were at the back? I think I preferred it when they were at the back. Okay. So this is like the general vibe I'm going to go for. So let me do the roof. Suddenly, I don't know how to build roofs. Suddenly, I don't know anything about building in The Sims 4, even though I've been doing it for God knows how long. And this roof is ugly. Is it ugly? You're all yelling at me saying, yes, it's ugly. So I need to think of something else. But also, like, why do I not hate it? Okay, here's my confusion. It's because this bit is going into this bit, weirdly, but also, like, I like the way it's sitting. Okay, so I'm looking up some reference images to, like, castle roofs. And it is kind of giving, like, rundown versions of these types. I feel like one's covered in, like, ivy and plants would be beautiful, but none of the base game packs have this, really, so is this what I want? I keep on getting stuck on this tree up here, and now I'm like regretting choosing this a lot to build in. Because I turn, and then I go up. Isn't that so fun? No, I think this red color is kind of good. Okay, so I just changed the roof, so instead of have those separate pieces, it's now just one long piece at the back. Okay, so I'm playing with the foundation height, and I don't know if I want a really high foundation so I can have a really nice staircase, but also there's not much lot for a really high staircase, so maybe I should stick with this foundation level. I also realized I was just building in morning lighting this whole time. I need to optimize the way I build for videos because I will build in terrible lighting, but it only affects me, so it's fine. But now there's people watching this. Well, maybe. There's maybe one person watching this, so I need to like take that into account. I'm going to use the Castle Estate Kit stairs. So what kind of colour do I want the home to be? I'm thinking like an off-white cream. This is what I'm picturing when I think of like Tamlin's estate. Is that canon? I couldn't tell you. I don't remember the books that well, but that's what I'm going for. So I'm going to go for this staircase. Do I want to make it bigger? I think I'll make it bigger. So for wallpaper, I mean, this is definitely exactly what I was looking for. Oh my god, stupid tree! Is that two same, like matching wallpaper, matching foundation? I feel like I've never built with that before. I was scared this door would be too big and clunky on a tiny home because obviously like castle estate, but castles are usually grand and tiny homes are not. But it does fit, which is lovely. I don't know whether to use the literal matching swatch. Also, this swatch was a little bit cleaner. I also feel like the wood tones in the spring court would be more this lighter tone of wood than this darker tone of wood. Again, vibes only. So I'm just going to add a roof trim. I think I'll add this roof trim. I don't know, is that too dark? Like, I don't know. I think I'll stick with that and I can change it if I want to, obviously. So let me now get into the actual floor plan. So with this floor plan, what do I want to feature? Because I obviously can't have all of the rooms of a castle. But what do I want to do? Maybe just to house 2 Sims. Like really just try and keep it simple. I'm really not trying to like home all of the spring court like faculty in this tiny home. You know what I mean? Like we got to be realistic here. So I'm just going to put these lights in just so I can see for the floor plan. I do kind of want like a grand entrance foyer kind of thing, you know, because I was thinking, oh, okay, I could put a bathroom here, but I do want like a big grand entrance. So then do I just want to have all of the extra rooms at the back? This could be the bedroom and this could be the bathroom. And then it gives me all the space for the living room, dining room, kitchen. But is that also just like shucking everything to the side? I think actually this is okay. So yeah, this is a super simple floor plan, but I don't want to overcomplicate this build because I am kind of nervous because this is also the first time I'm filming a YouTube video. So I don't want to like do the most for this build and then I get overwhelmed by everything else. So I think I am going to keep it simple for this. So doors, this is good. Like what type of doors are we going to be using in this build? Because I do want it to be castle manor-ish, but I'm not going to use this door for every door of the home. That's crazy. Doesn't another pack have this door but without the knocker on it? Because that would be perfect. But I don't have that. Okay, so I think I am just going to have to go for the base game door. I really wanted this door, but as you can see, like there's not a matching swatch to the front door, which I thought would be nice to have a cohesive wood theme. This door has a matching swatch, but this door is so boring. I wanted at least like the 6 panels on it to keep it a little bit interesting, but the 6 panel one does not have a matching swatch. I think this is the closest swatch, so I'm going to use this one. So there's the bathroom door, and I'm also going to use the bedroom door. I don't know where I want this door. I'm assuming it's probably best to have it to the side, so I have room here. Okay, so bathroom. What are we going to be doing in here? I need to think about what wall I want and what floor I want. I'm trying to think if I want all the external walls of the house to have the same brick as the outside to really like carry the manor castle vibe inside, and I think I am going to try and do that. So with the flooring, I'm definitely going to go for this floor. When I was thinking about which packs to use for the spring court, Castle Estate came straight to my mind purely for this flooring. It is very cold right now in the home, but I'm going to try and get all of the right stuff to warm it up on the inside. But this is the flooring I was thinking of, and I simply have to use it everywhere. I'm really trying to think of what vibes to go with. Like, do I just go with a grey that like matches the wallpaper? But that is so boring. This build, I'm now realizing, is actually the most boring build I've ever made. Okay, so bathroom. Let me actually start decorating the home. I have like a problem where I can't really use the first swatch of most items because those are the swatches that I feel like I use the most or I see the most, and then I get sick of them. So even though I think the first swatch of this does fit the vibe pretty well, I'm going to be using this one because it's different. I might use this sink that I literally never use, but when am I ever really going to use this? I mean, this is just like all out fancy. This is something I guess they would be having in the spring court, right? This is something to think about now that I'm filming Sims videos, is like the angles and the zoom I'm using when building in rooms, because usually honestly I like build all the way out here. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but I always like build pretty far away, but I feel like you want it somewhat close so people can actually see what they're doing on their screens. Okay, a robe. Is this Tamlin's robe? What color would his robe be? Green, I guess. Like this is giving like cheap IKEA plastic shelves, and I don't feel like that would belong in a castle. And as I say that, I am going to place these cheap IKEA plastic shelves here. And I'm going to put some stuff on it. I'm now just realizing I haven't added windows. So I'm just going to move everything over a smidge so I can fit this window in. Okay, so I think that's the bathroom done. The shower tub combo, I kind of have this unintentional blue theme. Okay, so now I'm going to be doing the bedroom. I feel like the bedroom, the best place to start is always with the bed because it really is the centerpiece of the bedroom. Who would have thought that the bed is the centerpiece of the bedroom? So I could obviously go for like the 12,000 simoleons bed, which like I think I kind of have to because again, I never use this. One, because it's expensive, but two, even though it's like the best bed in the game, well, at least in the base game, it really doesn't fit most of my building stuff. But I will be using it in this build, I think. This is kind of fun, actually. I know I've said it already, but I am just using like items and swatches that I never use because all of my builds are somewhat modern-ish. Not like modern, but contemporary. So I have but changed back to the boring swatch. I don't want to hear about it. I just think it looks better. And this has matching side tables. So I don't want to hear about it. What if I go for like a more neutral wood tone in the bed and the side tables? Yeah, like what if it's something like that, a more neutral tone, and then I can get like a good amount of color from here. And maybe if I change the rug as well. I kind of like this dark rug. I feel like the brown in the rug matches the brown in the bedside table. So I think I am going to go with this. But now I'm like, do I change this? I don't want it to be brown because I could have it be a matching brown. But then it's like, okay, boring. Everything's the same. I am aware, like, the color of the bed sheets is like a really horrid brown. But it's not my house, so but I'm also now realizing this is the spring court, so do we want like spring colors? Probably, right? Like brightness. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this. I can't tell if this is ugly. I think it's ugly, but I'm going to be doing it anyway. Okay, like what swatches are you presenting to me? I mean, come on, that's kind of perfect, right? Antique tomes? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I'm gonna add these in a different color as well. I mean, yeah. Again, when am I ever going to use this? And it like matches the bed. That's kind of crazy. Oh my god. I always thought the base game had these like curtains that like normal houses would not have or use. But now I can finally use them. Like, look at that. Isn't that like perfect? So I think that's the bedroom for now. I just really want to go back to the bathroom and like think about what I was doing with these shelves. So I actually got rid of like the IKEA shelves in here because it was giving too much IKEA, too much modern, and I needed it to fit more of like the manor castle vibe. So I just switched it out for this like regular shelf and then added all these soaps. Okay, now we're going to do the living room, kitchen, dining room. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I do want like a grand kind of walkway, so I don't really want to like cut this off anywhere. I think if I maybe have the kitchen in this corner, like a dining table here, and then like the living area here. I'm going to use this fridge, I guess, because again, when would I ever use this fridge? I think I'll use the white one. Before I get to the dining room situation, I'm going to add all the windows for the rest of the house so I know where to put everything else. Yeah, I think that's pretty okay. I would love a square, like 2x2 dining table. But I don't think we have one of those in any of these packs, so I think I'm going to use this one. Yeah, I think that's nice. I'll put a little plant on the dining table. I'm like purposely avoiding plants right now because obviously I feel like I'm going to go all out later with the decorating, but just so I don't forget that I should put a plant on the dining table, I'm just going to put a little bouquet. Okay, so my game crashed. The recording seemed to save okay, but I did just miss like the last few steps of what I was doing in the game. So if anything looks a little bit different, that's why. But I think I recreated it pretty well. Actually, I think this table wasn't as close into the corner. Now we're going to move on to the living room area. So I'm going to have like a wall of all of these books, and I just want like a cozy area. What if I have a fireplace here? So yeah, I think I'm going to have a fireplace in this corner. Then I'll just have like some really comfy chairs around it. What type of sofa do I want? Okay, so we have this one, and I think this one would be good. Look at this pop of blue in the room. Isn't that actually really lovely? I don't know what to put here. What could I put over here? Maybe another set of books? Look at that one. That one's really nice. I like that. So I think I'm actually coming towards the end of the inside of the build. So let me add the rugs. Maybe something really simple, just like this. I feel like there's definitely something missing in this house, but I'm not sure what it is. And I think what it is maybe is plants. I want like a big plant of something in this corner. I went for like this lunar New Year plant in the corner here. I like to think in the spring court they'll have plants from like all different parts of the world and different cultures. So I'm added these like small potted plants on top of the fridge. I think that's cute, but also like if you wanted in like a fake world, you could pretend then like herbs or something that from the garden that they've just put up there that they'll use for cooking. So on top of these bookshelves, which are glitching together and it is annoying me, so I'm going to fix it. I was thinking it would be so nice to have the like hanging plants from Blooming Rooms, but I will not be using the Blooming Rooms kit in this. But something hanging over these shelves would be perfect. But I don't think we really have any of those in like the base game or the packs that I'm using, which is really upsetting. I'm really upset that there's not any like hanging plants I can use because I think that would be perfect up to. I didn't realize how much that one is floating. Wait a minute. Okay, so these are floating, but if I go down one, it's too low. So I'm just going to let them float. I don't care. So for the inside of the home, I think this is what I'm going for. I'm not super in love with it. I definitely think I could do better, but right now I just feel like a bit stuck. I think because I'm thinking of things from other packs, I'm a bit stuck and I need to just accept that this is what I have. This is just like an overview of the bedroom with like a standing mirror over there. We've got the bed, a rug, some bedside tables with flowers on it. This window's broken. We've got these windows, this like shield thing up there, lots of books here, and a dresser. I think these walls are a little bland. I could go for the wall decorations that come with the Castle Estate kit, right? I'm going to have that one up there. I think in this corner I went and I'm going to use this bookcase as well, just to add a little something extra. And in the living area, you walk in and you have this like little sitting area with a fireplace where I'm assuming you can read some books. I'm going to put like this open book in the corner, like someone who was reading and didn't quite finish, as well as this like quill next to it as what they were writing with. And then we have this little dining table with a cute little bunch of flowers on it, and we have this like nice tree in the corner, as well as the kitchen. I like to think that like someone went to the market, picked up all the new foods and stuff, so that's here, and they just haven't put everything away yet. I was really debating whether to put a rug here, but I think because there's so many rugs already, it's a bit too much. So I think I'm going to leave it rugless. That's the inside of the house. It's now time to get landscaping. I'm going to be so honest with you, I'm not that great at landscaping. In all of my builds, I kind of just do very simple landscaping and I leave it to it. But like this is the time to shine. Hi, so this is me doing a voiceover for this speed build section. I've decided to turn the whole landscaping section into a speed build because I have over an hour footage of me landscaping the garden, and because this is a tiny lot, that is so unnecessary, and no one needs to see me struggle for an hour trying to landscape. As someone who very rarely landscapes, I usually just like put a bush and like a few flowers and a tree at the front and call it a day. But this time I was like, okay, it's spring call, I really have to bring the landscaping, hence romantic garden stuff. And it was fun, but it was definitely challenging and definitely not something I'll be doing much in the future. So right now I'm working on this fountain section. So I'm just having all of these benches facing the fountain so everyone can watch the fountain and be by all of these beautiful flowers and plants. The whole time I'm landscaping, I'm thinking, flowers, more flowers, more flowers, more plants. So that's really like the vibe I went for. I'm like, where's empty space? Okay, fill it with some flowers. That's what I did. So yeah, I did that fountain and now I am doing the wishing well. So again, I'm just like gonna surround it with lots of flowers and some rocks as well for some decoration. So right now I'm like voiceovering a speed build, which is significantly easier than the editing process I had for the first part of this video. And I'm trying to think, what do I actually want to do? Do I actually want to do speed builds and then do voiceovers? Or do I want to like speak as I build? It's something I'm trying to figure out. Obviously, this is like my first video, so I don't have to have it set in stone. This is definitely easier, but I prefer watching simmers who like talk as they build. So maybe my next video should be a speed build and a voiceover and then I can compare, but I don't know. But right now I'm kind of finishing up this side of the garden. I'm adding this spandrel and a column as well, and I'm just like finalizing it before I move to, I think I do the back next, before I move to the back. But yeah, I'm just adding lots of flowers, lots of shrubbery, bushes, everything to make it interesting. This definitely was a little bit challenging, but I definitely enjoyed it towards the end. Like I have never spent this much time on landscaping ever. I mean, I literally spent over an hour, so I feel like no one should spend that much time on landscaping ever unless they're, I don't know, building a build which is like only specialized in flowers and stuff. But yeah, I've never spent that much time on landscaping. But I did kind of enjoy it, but it was a very tedious, long process. This whole video took me, I think, like 5 hours of filming. Um, I think I don't really, when I just play The Sims for me, which is all other times apart from this time, I don't really think about how long it's taking me because I'm, you know, just like, yeah, I'm just building. But the whole time I was like, I have to edit this afterwards. So I was thinking, wow, I have to edit 5 hours of footage. But I think it was worth it. So I'm now working on this bit in the back section where I have like this the overgrown smaller fountain and it's kind of another sitting area. Again with landscaping, I'm like, what do you do with like landscaping? So I just create like various sitting areas. I don't know if that's correct, but it's what I did anyway. And now on this side, I was thinking it would be like a garden with lots of different herbs and plants and stuff. So I just got all of these like fully stocked garden planters from the gallery because I did not want to do the gameplay to stock all of these different garden planters. So I just got them off the gallery, changed the swatch to white because I think it fits the vibe more. And I just have this like little seating area at the back as well. And this beautiful arch for romantic garden stuff. Honestly, I would just get romantic garden stuff just for that arch. I think it's beautiful. I'm kind of finishing and coming to the end of it now. But again, just lots of flowers, lots of florals and shrubs. So thank you for listening to my voiceover, and I will now go back to regular scheduled me. So this is the final build. This is the outside. It's obviously covered in so much landscaping. Never expect me to landscape a build this much ever again. So on this side we have like this little eating area. I might actually add some terrain paint just to show that people like go and sit there to eat, you know. We have this like little eating area, and then we also have this like formal garden where they're growing lots of crops and food and vegetables and herbs. And then we've got this like beautiful sitting area in the back with this lovely arch that I'm honestly obsessed with. Then behind the build, which is hard to get a good angle of, we have this like sitting area here with plants and this like overgrown fountain. I've actually gone and added these like pink lattices as well on the back, behind each of the benches as well, which I think are really pretty. And then on this side of the home, we have a wishing well. We have this like little fenced in area with this well, which I think can maybe be used for drinking. And then we have this like really nice bigger sitting area beside this fountain as well with lots of different flowers. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed filming this. I hope you enjoyed watching it if you are still watching this far. This is the first ever video I filmed like recording gameplay, so I hope it isn't too bad in quality and stuff, and I think things will get better as time goes on. But I really appreciate you for watching this far. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!